All righty, we'll go ahead and get started. Joe Cook, you're the first one up. Go ahead, please.
Dillon, you get to practice against him a lot. So just how effective is Jabari's shot fake, and why does everybody bite on it?
Man, I couldn't even tell you why, man. I don't know. We talk about it a lot though, off the court, just talking, chopping it up about his shot fake. It's definitely the most effective shot fakes that I've ever seen in probably in the history of college basketball, if you ask me. I don't know. It's just like the little extra sell at the end. I don't know, man. It's just a really good shot fake.
Jeff Jones, go ahead.
Dillon, what makes a good shot blocker? Is it anticipation, timing, just jumping ability? And is this something that you worked on in particular over the offseason, or?
Yeah, I mean, I think that shot blocking is a lot of timing and knowing how guys are going to take off. Obviously, you need to be able to jump, but I think the timing part is kind of the biggest thing out of that. And it's not something that I really like specifically worked on over the offseason. I think I've always been somebody who liked to block shots, especially chase down blocks. So I think it's something that I'm kind of naturally good at.
Why is that one of your favorite parts of the game?
I was when I was a kid, I always used to see LeBron doing it when he was in Cleveland his first time. And it was just an exciting play that I really liked to see. So I kind of wanted to be like that a little bit.
Perry Middleton, go ahead, please, sir.
Dillon, so if Jabari's his shot fake is his superpower, what is yours? Is it blocking? And then I'm curious, over the last year and a half, how have you worked with Coach Terry, and how has he helped you become a better player?
I wouldn't say I have a superpower or anything like that, but I think that I'm particularly good on chase down blocks, where you come from behind and come get the ball off the backboard. As far as Coach Terry working with RT, I mean, it's always been a collaborative effort with all the coaching staff. Everyone has a little piece or a hand in making us better players. So I think that previously RT was more focused on defense, and now he's just focused on basically like the whole everything, offense, defense, and just motivating the players at all times.
Thank you.
Nick Boyle, go ahead, please, sir.
Yeah, Dillon. Actually, I wanted to ask you about the other Dillon. I'm curious what you think of Dillon Mitchell's development this season, especially as he comes in as a highly rated guy, but he's a little different in that he really plays without the ball a lot. So I'm just curious, what kind of growth you've seen from him, and what does he bring to y'all on both sides of the court?
Man, he trash. Nah, he's just sitting next to him. But nah, he's great, man. Off the ball, he's great. He does a lot of things on defense, switching. You saw last game, he had a big block on a rotation. I think it was either Ball against Ball or Miles. And we went down and scored off of that. And then just his above the rim abilities is ridiculous. He's one of the most athletic players I've ever seen. So he just does a lot of little things that you might not see in the box score, but he does.
Yeah, and I'm just curious, now that obviously you guys have all talked a lot about, how much you respect, Rodney Terry, but I'm curious about, some of the other guys in the coaching staff that have sort of, maybe helped you out, through what's been a really, interesting year for y'all.
Yeah, I mean, everyone on the coaching staff has our respect as players. They've all been head coaches elsewhere and have a lot of experience. I saw something when everything first happened about how we have over like 100 years of head coaching experience or something like that. So, I mean, we all respect everyone on the staff, and we're happy moving forward with RT.
Cliff Thornton, go ahead, please, sir.
Thank you, Scott. Hey, Dillon, this is probably a question that you could have been asked at any point since you've come back to the area to Texas. But what does this experience mean to you to be able to come back to where you grew up playing ball at Hendrickson, and then going off and now coming back and being a contributor and hopefully healthy the rest of the way, so you can keep having nights like you had the other night?
Yeah, it's a blessing. I talked about it last night with somebody who actually talked to me at the corner store. I don't take it for granted, because when I was at Vanderbilt, a lot of my family didn't get to come and see me play every night. So my parents were always there, but kind of the smaller parts of the family, the extended family, my grandma, my grandfather, my aunts and uncles, they really didn't get to see me play in person after high school. So it's great to be able to play in front of them and play in my hometown on a team I watched growing up.
Thank you.
Jeff Jones, go ahead.
Dillon, a moment ago, you talked about RT's motivation and how that's kind of picked up over the past month or so. I've heard a few phrases recently. He says, everyday guy. He says, work the game. What are some other phrases or mottos that he repeats all the time?
A new one he just gave us today is called Debo. He calls it's a Debo game. We gotta defend, we gotta execute, and we gotta ball out. So it's funny. He has a lot of kind of old school things. He likes meat and potatoes, like when we have specific like practices where it's going to be a more tougher practice where we're going bone on bone against one another. They'll call it meat and potatoes. Laser focus days are days that we have to just focus and be cerebral. So he has a lot of different things that he likes to use. He likes to use analogies a lot, probably more than any coach I've seen before.
You more of a meat and potatoes guys or a laser focus guy?
I love it all. Today we had a combo plate, actually. He said we had a combo plate today of meat and potatoes and laser focus. So
Time for one last one. Nick Morrell, go ahead, please, sir.
Yeah, Dillon, just wanted to ask about, the matchup with Texas Tech. What have you seen from film on them? A team that beat you guys twice last year, but that's coming in, I think, on a 4-game losing streak, and they've had some struggles of their own. So, what are you guys kind of on the lookout for in tomorrow night's game?
yeah, man, Texas Tech's a great team. They had a great team last year. Have a couple of pieces still left over from last year. They may be 0-4 in conference play, but every game has been close. They had TCU beat on the road, close games at home against Kansas and Oklahoma, and Iowa State kind of got away from them. But other than that, they've been a pretty good team this season. So we're not taking them for granted at all. We know they're going to come in motivated to try to get that first win, especially on the road against Texas. So we're just ready to play hard and get the dub.
Dillon, thanks for your time, sir. Appreciate.
Thank you.
D. Mitch, if you could slide back in there, please. Go ahead and use the raise hand function, please, media.
Potatoes.
Dillon, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Excellent. Thank you. Joe Cook, first one up. Go ahead, please, sir.
Dillon, I asked Dillon this, and just kind of curious, as a guy who gets to defend him so often in practice and see it on the court, what makes Jabari's shot fake as effective as it is?
I really don't know. I think out of 10 times I'm guarding him, I'll probably jump all 10. And if you don't, he's going to shoot it. So it's hard. I think it's just the extra little pump he has to it. But I mean, during the game, we all laugh on the bench. We laugh on the court when it happens just to see it because we all know it's coming. But of course, the other team's not going to know it's coming. So it's it's deadly. It's probably the best I've ever seen. So.
Nick Morrell, go ahead, please, sir.
Yeah, Dillon, I'm curious, what did people tell you about playing in the Big 12 before you got to Texas? And now that you're 4 games into it, you played a couple road games, a couple home games. Has it lived up to expectations? Is it even more than what you thought it would be, just in terms of the chaos and the competitiveness?
I mean, every game's a battle. It's war. Every game of the Big 12, it don't matter who you're playing. It's war. So that's what I knew I was coming into. I knew I was coming into a physical conference, the best conference in the country, in my opinion. And I knew what I was coming into. And now that I'm a couple games into it, it lived up to it. It's real physical. It's real competitive. It's the best conference in the country. Every game that we're going to play, it's going to be, we're working the game. Like RT says, you got to work the game for 40 minutes. So every game we're coming out hard, just like, this recent game, we are down early, but it's 40 minutes. You got 40 minutes of play. The game's not going to stop early because they're up by 15 or 18, whatever it is. So we knew it was going to be competitive, and we continued to stay together and got the win. So every game's competitive. Every game's physical. It's the best conference.
Yeah, and then with Texas Tech coming into town tomorrow night, what have you seen from them on film? I know, they're 0-4, but, are they, maybe deceptively a little bit better than what their record is showing right now?
Oh, yeah, 100%. They're a great team. We're not taking that. We don't even look at that 0-4 stuff, because if you look at their games, they were there. Iowa State got away from them, but they were there at every game. So we know they're going to come in tough, ready to fight. And like I said, it's going to be war. So we're really locked into, our film. we take big pride of watching film. Our team, the rest of the coaches take big pride of watching film and making sure we know who we're playing, know what we're going against. So we're really locked in for this game.
Jeff Jones, go ahead, please, sir.
Dillon, a moment ago, you mentioned one of those RT phrases. You said, work the game. Give me the list of RT phrases that you love and what they mean to you.
I think the meat and potatoes is the funniest. The meat and potatoes one kills me. That just means, you know, we're going bone on bone, we're getting to it. Today the combo plate was funny. We wasn't expecting that. He threw in today's a little combo plate. We got meat, potatoes, laser focus. He got a lot. He got to work the game, and he loves, like, how would I say this? He loves, like, pretty much asking us questions, like, during the way he's talking. So he'll be like, we know we got to work the game for 40 minutes. So he'll be like, we got to work the game for what? And we're all like, 40 minutes, RT. We know it. Like, we know it. He got a lot of stuff. It's real fun. We have a lot of fun, but RT he's funny. He got a lot of sayings. If you ask the players, like, they could go down the line. He got a lot of them.
Those phrases, that way that he motivates, is that his best quality as a coach, or what do you like best about RT?
I mean, RT just has what it takes to be, you know, the next coach here. You know what I'm saying? Like, RT just has what it takes. If you look at his resume, like, he has what it takes. And I think the biggest thing with RT, in my opinion, is just how much of a player's coach he is. Like, at any time I feel like I can go in RT's office, talk to him about anything. If I just want to go in there, you know, sit in there, watch film. If I want to go in there and not even talk about basketball at all, I feel like I can go in his office and do that. And to me, that's in my opinion, RT's biggest, you know, quality that he has in coaching, just making the players feel so comfortable around him. Like, I know me, like, I would definitely want to be around a coach where I feel like I could talk to him about anything. And that's the biggest thing. And then, you know, my mother's in town, my mother feeling like she can talk to him about anything. And to me, that's just his biggest quality. And that's why I love him so much.
Harry Middleton, go ahead, please, sir.
Dillon, so can you walk us through what does it look like? Dillon Disu talked about how getting cerebral about the game. What does it look like? So you're in the game. Let's take the last game. You guys are down, but now you have to, like, it's almost like a chess match. How do you guys practice for that? Because you got the skills to play, but now you have to outsmart the other team. What does that look like in practice, and how do you guys go about doing that?
It's all about just staying together. You know, RT says you got to work the game. It's all about staying together. We make sure we're staying together as a team. We don't get too high and we don't get too low. That's another one of his sayings, by the way. But we don't get too high, we don't get too low. We stay together. And, you know, there's times in practice where we'll have a bad practice, something where we're maybe frustrated or something, and we get together as a team, not even the coaches. You know, one of the veterans, Brock, TA, Marcus, they'll get us together as a team for a couple minutes just to chat and, you know, make sure we stay locked in and get focused back. So I think that's the biggest thing with our team is we're really together. You know, even off the court, like, we all hang out, we all have fun. Like, these guys aren't my teammates. These guys are my brothers, and that's the truth. So I think we're always together. And when we get in times like the other day against TCU, we're down. We're not halftime all with our heads down and arguing. We're locked in. We're staying together. We went into halftime saying, we got this, y'all. We got to stay locked in, play Texas basketball that we know we can, and we can do this thing. And, you know, that's the biggest part. So I would just say staying together as a team.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Nick Boyle, go ahead, please, sir.
Yeah, Dillon, you know, I'm just curious. I just wanted to ask about how much the upperclassmen have kind of helped steer you guys through this ship. Obviously, you know, you're Chris Beard suspended last month and then fired last week. You get a lot of uncertainty, and obviously Rodney Terry's helped kind of get you guys on the right track. But just having so many veterans like Timmy and Marcus, guys that have been around, how much have they helped you all, especially the younger guys, kind of deal with what's been going on outside the lines?
I mean, playing around all these vets is a big reason why I came to Texas. You know, if you want to be great, you got to play with great players and play with these guys have all the experience. And I'm like a sponge. I'm just soaking it all in, you know, just learning every day on, and not only on the court, but learning off the court, how to be a vet, how to take care of your body, how to hydrate, you know, all those things that go into it, not just the basketball side. So learning from Timmy, Brock, Marcus, Jabari, and even Tyrese. Like, Tyrese is my age. He's 19, but, you know, he's a vet. Like, Tyrese knows how to control, he knows how to work his body. He knows how to just do all the things that a vet does. So being around them guys and learning every day, it's just making me better. And as a young player, that's what I feel like every young player needs. They need that big group of guys that can lead them and take them in the right path. Even when adversity hits, you know, they get us together, make sure everybody's good, let us know that, hey, this is good. We got y'all back. Just listen, and everything will fall right in place.
Last one, Jeff Jones. Go ahead, please, sir.
Yeah, kind of following up on that growth that you just mentioned, can you give me, I guess as specifically as possible, the place you've seen yourself grow most on the court and the place you've seen yourself grow most off the court?
Off the court first, I would say treatment wise, just making sure I'm taking care of my body. We have, to me, we have the best in the country as Warren, and he's the best trainer in the country, and he makes sure as we get in there, get treatment, take care of our body, and then just making sure we're staying locked in. There's a lot of, we're in college. I'm a young kid in college. There's a lot of distraction stuff, but knowing how to lock in and I'm here to win a national championship. I'm here to win a Big 12 championship. I'm here to compete with my brothers. And making sure I stay locked in and stuff, that's probably the biggest thing. Off the court, I would just say like mentality, just making sure I'm staying locked in, just my mental health, staying up and all that. On the court, I would just say continuing to get better playing off the ball and stuff, cutting, making plays for others, setting screens, setting flare screens for others, attacking the offensive rebound and stuff. I just see my growth. And even on the court, I see my growth mental, like where last year I might have got down off something, but this year it's next play mentality. Having that type of mentality has been a big growth for me, as in just next play mentality. That's been a big part.
And do you have like a phrase or a piece of music, a video, something that you used in those down moments to refocus yourself and get you back on track?
I would really just say having those coaches having my back. That's a big part. Like, as every young freshman could say, all freshmen have hit that wall coming into college where you're like kind of hit you and you got to wake up, sit back and wake up like, hey, I'm not in high school no more. I'm in college. Like this is, I'm going against guys who are 24 years old, 23 years old and stuff like that. So I would say having these coaches to pull me in their office and talk to me like, hey, like let's settle down. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. Settle down. You're in college now. Like, so I would just say having those coaches and having those vets be there for me and, get my head together and just continue to help me grow. That's probably been a big part of it.
Dillon, thank you. Appreciate your time. To the media, thank you. Appreciate your patience today with us. Teammates, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.